Hi everybody, I'm Dave Webb. I'm the founder of UKWOT, and we're currently sat in the middle of what's going to be the Rewilding Enclosure, and the funding that we're currently taking part in now has exceeded expectations, so a big thank you to everybody that's donated money to us, and it's going to allow us to further enhance what we do with the otter cubs at the point of release. So when they're ready for release, they'll come into this rewilding enclosure. It's going to be a very different enclosure. It's going to be very different from what we currently use for the rehab process. So when they get to here, it will be a week-ish before they're actually back out into the wild. So this is just like a final push for them as animals, as individuals, pairs or triples, whichever we have. And then from here they go on out and then they'll be back into the wild. So this is a bath that we're going to be using, so we're stood in the middle of what's going to be the enclosure. These baths are 2 tons in weight, they're solid concrete. As you can see, they're really wide, they're long, really deep as well. And obviously they hold 500 gallons of water, so it's a huge span of water for them. And then once they come into here, obviously they're going to be able to do things that they would normally do in the wild, things like porpoising, when you see them doing this and diving into the water, swimming underwater and things like that. So we can just observe them for that little bit extra of time, make sure that they are actually ready to go out. And then obviously the rest of the enclosure, so here roughly there's going to be a section of cover, so very natural cover. We're trying to leave this as wild as we possibly can. You can see the flowers are already growing. So here there will be a covered area with natural leaves and things like that. And then further down here, obviously the access to the actual enclosure will be over here. The perimeter fence will be concreted, so the wire will be set in concrete, and all the spoil that we get from that, we will then create a couple of spoil heaps. So there'll be a spoil heap here, there'll be a spoil heap over in that corner, and then in amongst all the other bits, the gaps and things like that, we're going to put in native trees and shrubs, so that it keeps it wild and it keeps it natural. That's the important thing, keeping it really, really natural for the cubs, because as I say, when they leave here, the next stop is the wild. So this will be the next best thing, best possible replication of what they're going to be going to. So I'm actually sat in the bath here, as you can see, the pond that we're going to be using. We're going to go the extra mile. We like to try and be as green as we possibly can, so what we're going to do is get hold of a solar panelled pump, so that the water's in here. We can then regurgitate that water all the time. 2 reasons: A, it's good for the environment, and B, it's very good for the otters. So there's going to be moving water, running water, and they love it. So that will bring them on as well, ready for the preparation when they go back to the river, wherever they may go. We're also going to put in a sand pit, maybe a couple of sand pits over here somewhere, maybe one up there perhaps, one over there, because again, it's something new, and quite often where we release them, sometimes there can be a sandy bank, a shingle bank, stuff like that, so there'll be piles of stones, there'll be piles of sand and things like that in there. So it's all good for enrichment, it's all good for a learning experience for them, and as I say, it's better preparation for them as well when we release them.